Hello, good morning, and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge. We have two Irish whiskeys. Herbie is in India, and he said Bushmills is good stuff. It is. It's probably popular in India. Well, here's Bushmills Black Bush. This was introduced in 1980, 44 years ago. No, they didn't. This brand doesn't go back to 1608. They did get a grant. Somebody got a grant to distill whiskey in 1608 in Bushmills, Ireland, but actually, Bushmills Distillery goes back to 1786, still a long time ago. This is a blended Irish whiskey from Northern Ireland, the British controlled part, Northern Ireland. So there you go. It's aged 8 years in ex-bourbon and ex-oloroso sherry casks. It's 80%, 80 proof, 40% alcohol. So they don't even use that terminology in Europe, proof. So 40% alcohol. They claim to be Ireland's oldest whiskey distillery. Some other companies would debate that, but it's a pretty, if you look at the photos, it's a pretty looking place. I'd like to visit it. County Antrim. It's owned by Proximo Spirits, which means it's owned by Jose Cuervo. Jose Cuervo is the company, but their liquor, their umbrella company is called Proximo Spirits, but it's Cuervo. Okay. And I don't know when they bought them out. Nice looking bottle. One of the best looking bottles in the Irish whiskey world. You have to admit. They change the label about every 2 years, but that's the label I have. We'll do a screen share and I'll show you what it looks like now. I think it's changed a little bit. So there it is. Black Bush, big. Bushmills, small. Yeah, now they got Bushmills big and Black Bush small. All right, so it's changed, but not greatly, but it has. So the interesting thing about this one, besides being aged 8 years, the youngest whiskey in here is 8 years old. It's 80% malt whiskey. So 80, it's a 20-80 blend ratio instead of the typical 80-20. In other words, it's only 20% grain whiskey, which is mostly colorless and odorless, and it's 80% single malt whiskey. And like they say, it's going to smell like sherry, peaches, nuts, and amazingly spicy. Well, it maybe is not as fancy as they're saying, but it's pretty dang good. So there's the website. It's going to run you $30 to $35. $30 if you're lucky, $35 normally. Yeah, that's what I paid. There are many Bushmills whiskeys that will cost you significantly more. They'll go into the hundreds of dollars. Those are low, obviously limited edition, low volume products, but you may stumble across them. If you're really interested and will pay, you probably have it. Now, here's the Busker Single. You get as what I have today, the red label. Like maroon, dark red maroon, matured in bourbon casks and finished in marsala casks for a year in marsala. No age statement, so we don't know. 44.3% alcohol. There's also a single malt, which is all barley malt, and there's a single pot still, which is malted barley and unmalted barley. So that's the gray label, gray and blue. I've seen them around, just haven't bought them. I did find the red label. Like I said, the maroon, I found it, and Walmart had this for $10. If you can believe it, it's the truth. And green label, the blended, $42.18 in India. Okay. All right. So the Busker from Royal Oak Distillery. There's the Royal Oak. Although it's no longer a royal country. Remember, Ireland broke all ties. severed all ties with the British Crown in 1949 and declared itself a republic with its own president. So we got British Empire versus ex-British Empire. Oh, man. I got this for $10, and I'm not making that up. This one and the green label, the blended, they were $10 at Walmart. I don't see those deals at Walmart anymore in the last year, but they were, for a while, they were just like pushing stuff out here, left side, right, left side, right side. And $10, it was always like $10 for anything, you know, so. And they had some Scotch whiskeys for $5 a bottle. I'm not making that up. So they were just trying to get rid of the stuff. So, of course, I took advantage of it. Don't think this is going to be that much of a challenge because this single grain, but then I got screwed up on the original Bushmills. I don't know how I got it messed up, but I got it screwed up. First defeat in the series. Real cork too. Not rubber. There we go. Don't you know? Put that right there. All right. So the Busker is lighter. It's like straw. You know they're not adding color into that. So pale. This one is age 8 years in the ex-bourbon and sherry cask. So they're probably not adding color in either, but it could be. But it's not that dark for 8 years. Okay, but we don't know. We don't know. It's a temperature now. It's warming up, but it's got a ways to go. Still pretty chilly out there. Mostly, you know, it's kind of sunny, but it's hidden behind those thin clouds. So it makes it kind of dreary and damp. It's damp. I mean, everything's still wet. It didn't rain. It's just a humidity. The grass is all wet. So I'm going to try to cut the grass today in the front yard. The backyard, the grass isn't growing as much, but I don't cut wet grass, so we'll see what happens. This smells like the single grain. Get that vanilla cream. Yeah, this smells like 8-year aged, blended, but it's not too blended. You know, it's 80, like I say, it's 80% single malt. Well, you know, and it's only 20% grain whiskey. It's more fancier, huh? And that's why they put this out in 1980, because that's around the time that people were really getting into more like developed whiskeys, fancier whiskeys. In 1983, they came out with their single malt collection, 10-year age, like it's like an 18-year age, 23-year age single malt. 1984 is when Canadian Club came out with their 12-year age limited edition, called 12-year age special. I don't know what it's called. Special release or something. You can't find it too much, but sometimes you can. That's when same year Blanton Single Barrel hit the market, 1984. So the 80s is when it really started to become more developed. That's got to be the Busker. Get that vanilla cream. That vanilla, I mean, sugar cream, oak, sweet corn. I think I got the labels mixed up in the last one when I did original Bushmills, because I was like, this can't be it, you know. And I tasted it again. I poured some more of the original white label. I was like, no, but I had to count it as a defeat, because if I screwed up the labels, and I gotta, you know, have some integrity, you know. Nice product. You might find it a little strong. You might find it a little bitey and kind of rough edged, being that it's all grain whiskey. I guess there's a reason they do blend it, because it's smoother. Okay, here. Love that smell. That's clearly the Black Bush. You can tell that it's got that sherry. Now, I don't know if I ever had Oloroso sherry, but it's got that sherry finish. Yeah, baby. Got it. Yeah, so I'm thinking I screwed up on the last one on my labels. I don't know, just being careless or something. It's always label everything, you know. But oh well, did it to myself. Can't say because I did it too early, because I wake up. Yesterday I woke up at 1:44 a.m. Wasn't sleepy. Okay, so what can we say? Is the Busker worth buying? Over here. Oh yeah, it's, I guess, $30 is if you want to try a single grain whiskey for $30. Go ahead. I don't know what other. There's Hague Club. There is Hague Club single grain whiskey from Diageo. They own Hague now. Hague is like the oldest Scotch company, but I don't think it's $30. More like 40 something. So yes, you can buy American grain whiskeys, single grain, and it's called Mellow Corn. And it's 100 proof, bottle and bond. It's bottled and bond, following that 1897 law, 100 proof. It's all corn. It's corn. That's the only grain in, well, it's at least 80% corn. Now, it might be, it could, it's possible, although it's highly doubtful, that the other 20% could be malted barley. But how could that be if they're selling it for $13.99 at some stores, or $14.99? I saw it $13.99 recently for a full size bottle. It's probably 100% corn, aged at least 4 years in ex-bourbon barrels, or it could be new uncharred oak. It's going to taste very similar to this. I tell you, I've had mellow corn twice. It tastes very much like this, except it's even stronger. It's made out of corn, and this is made from corn. So, or if you live in Europe, maize. Because when I went to, like I said in the earlier video, when I went to Spain, all the cans said maize. They didn't say corn. It's not really for me. I don't really like it personally. You hear what I'm saying? I think it's well made. It's a well-made product. It's a really well-made product. It's quality. I'm saying for me, I don't really like it. I wouldn't miss it when it's gone. It'll probably take 5 years for it to be dissipated, but who knows? You might like it. Do other companies besides those three that I named make single grains whiskeys? Oh yeah, probably. Oh yeah, but I don't see them too much. On the other hand, to be fair, I don't look for them because I don't really want to drink them. But you know, they're around. Mellow corn, I would not buy it, not because I don't like it. It's fine, but I don't have a challenge series with single grain products. Okay, I don't have a grain whiskey challenge series, so there's no. I'm not going to go find obscure stuff just to make a series. Okay, I do rye whiskey. straight rye or just rye, because some of them don't say straight, which is peculiar. But I do that. I do bourbon. Got bourbons coming up. I got too many bourbons, and I want more, but I don't need them. I've got American blended whiskey. They're not single grain because they blend. They're a blend of a lot of grain, but some malted barley. Usually, some malted barley might be a small amount, probably less than Scotch. It's not peated, but it's something to try. I got a lot of those. Picked up one Tuesday. Sorry, this is Thursday. Single malt. Blended Irish, do single malt Scotch, do blended Scotch, do brandy or cognac, same thing really, brandy, cognac. I do those series. I do rum, white rum, silver rum, clear, white, silver, clear, and gold. I got a bunch of silver and a bunch of gold. I'll do one, and then the next time I come around, I'll do the other. Right now I got gold coming up. A very interesting one too, by the way. I do tequila, and then I close it out and I do mezcal. I got a mezcal coming up, Silencio. Never had it, never watched a video review, never read a review. Silencio, beautiful bottle though. So like about $30. Better be good. Pay $30. I think they had it on sale at Total Wine for like 26, 27. I saw they had 50 different mezcals. And that one had a sales tag, and I said, that's the one I'm buying. That's the one I'm buying. I know nothing about it, but it's a pretty looking bottle, and it's on sale. I'm buying it. I never had a bad one yet. Do they make a bad mezcal? I don't think so. Well, yeah, one. I've got one bottle that's bad. Oh, I got to tolerate that thing. Monty Alban. Tastes like an old worm. Tastes like a dead, decaying insect. It's pretty nasty. I don't know how much more I could take of it. I might dump it out. Okay, but this Black Bush, this might be the best Irish whiskey I've gotten. I'm not joking about that, all kidding aside. And I've been known to joke around. Some people don't have a good sense of humor and they get offended. And I'm like, man, I was just kidding. Anybody with a brain could see I was just joking. But anyway, that being said, this might be the best Irish whiskey I've got, and I've got a good amount. I really think it is. I think Bushmills Black Bush is the best Irish whiskey I have right now. That is the deal. Yeah, it's worth $30 easily. Oh, that honeyness, that's like a honey note. Oh yeah. Are there better ones out there? I'm sure there are. They better be if they're over $30. I'll see some of them like $300-$400. They got that Middleton's. They had it in Mathern's for $199. I didn't buy it. I would hope it'd be better than the Black Bush, which was $30. It's more now. But anyway, it's the best that I have. I don't have any expensive ones. This is the best I have. Oh yeah. All right. So then next time we come around with another taste challenge, it will be the Red Bush, which I don't think they make anymore because they're not listing it under their products. Came out with that in 2017, but I guess they figured, well, we've done enough of that. We're going to bring in this new one called Prohibition. And those companies do that. They'll bring out a specialty and then they get tired of doing it and they'll say, well, let's make another one here. And then they'll make it. And then they'll get tired of that one after 3 or 4 years and they'll come up with another one. So that keeps people buying new stuff. See, that's why they do that. And then that'll be the end of Irish whiskey, unless I overlook something, which is entirely possible. I can always backtrack. But then we're going on to Scotland. And I have a very interesting single malt Scotch whiskey, which I paid such a low price for. You would not believe it for a single malt. You would not believe it. But it is the truth, and I have the receipt to prove it. All right, thanks for watching. Y'all take care now. Have a good Thursday morning, afternoon, evening, and so forth.